What is up, folks at home? Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 72 of 100 tips and tricks to help make you a better angler, and today we're talking clear water smallmouth, hunting them up with some of my favorite baits. Clearwater fishing is some of my favorite fishing, and I love to do it. And today we're out on Lake Maxinkuckee catching smallmouth bass in clear water. Let's dive on in. It's a really fun video we got for you today. Got a good one. Oh yeah, it's a good largie. Let's go. Look at that one. Nice largie on that upgrade swim bait. Oh, that one's for Caden right there. Googler. We're gonna start up shallow today, see if we can't find any that want to hang out with us up shallow, but that's a nice googler right there. Let's go. Another one. Woo! That's a big googler right there. Sheesh. That is an absolute chunk of a googler right there. Huh. Two. So guys, I spent about 30 minutes up shallow. I could see smallmouth in the rocks and everywhere. Threw a tube at them, threw the dark sleeper at them. They were mostly running away, but it was super calm. So what I did is I turned and got to the outside edge of this flat. There's some wind blowing in. I saw a lot of guys fishing a tournament this day. They were all throwing jerk baits. So I picked up the rattle trap, and here's what happened. There we go. A walleye. It's a feisty little guy. There we go, walleye on a Simcoe. Let's measure him, see what he goes. Closed mouth, he goes 13. See you later, bud. Got a smallie. Nope, see that one. They like to freak out. There we go. Nice one. Nope. Chill. Beautiful smallie. There we go. See if he's a keep on that Simcoe again. He keeps. There we go, number 2. Shoo! Rocky king of the Rockies. Googlers, man. That's 3 monster googlers today. A googler on a rattle trap is truly a googler, if I've ever seen one. Let's go. Alright guys, so while I'm retying a lure here, let's recap what I've been doing. I've been out here for 2 hours, caught a bunch of fish on the rattle trap, but things have been weird, right? I've been bouncing back and forth between an 8-foot flat with a bunch of weeds on it. There's a lot of bait out here on the flat. Caught a nice 19.5-inch walleye out here. Caught a nice bass and a nice smallmouth. And then I've been bouncing up shallow because I can visually, on this like 4-foot rock flat that's like 3 football fields long, I can see 50, 100 smallmouth just chilling up there on the rocks. Problem is I can't get them to bite anything. Been throwing the dark sleeper at them, been throwing the drop shot at them, been throwing the upgrade jig with a crawl at them. Nothing. They want nothing to do with any of it. So I've got to figure out what I can throw that they want to eat. Sometimes smallmouth are window feeders and opportunists. Sometimes they're just chilling, and then all of a sudden it's time to feed and it's go time. And anything that you throw in there, they're gonna bite. But right now, I have been struggling to get them to bite. So I'm gonna throw on a nose hook fluke here. There's been a lot of fish in potholes that I've seen. Bigger fish are really just kind of spooky right now. So I'm tying a longer leader to this. I'm gonna put like an 8-foot long leader on this. I'm gonna throw a nose hook fluke and see if I can't get any action or traction on that. Sometimes it's just about feeding windows. So let's see if we can get a nose hook fluke here and get them to eat. Got one. Got a good one. Oh yeah, it's a good largie. Get in the boat. Let's go. Look at that one. Nice largie on that upgrade swim bait. Dude, that's buried. Chunker largie right there. 1/4 ounce upgrade swim bait. See you later. Got another one. Got him. Oh yeah. I think he's a smallie. Yep. There he goes. There he goes. Get the boat. There we go. Another one on the swim bait. Found him up shallow. Finally biting on that swim bait. Upgrade Jawtech punch shad right there. 1/4 ounce upgrade, dragging it on the bottom. Let's go. Guys, on those last 2 fish, what I'm doing is I'm casting this swim bait out really far behind me because I know there's veins of rock over there and I've seen fish. And I'm letting that swim bait hit the bottom, and then I'm just literally bouncing it along the bottom like this. Bounce, bounce, bounce. I hit a rock. I reel up a little bit. I'm letting the wind pull that swim bait with me. I'm barely moving it on the bottom. Barely moving it, hopping it up and down, barely reeling just like that, and wham, I've hit 2 good fish doing just that. So sometimes you gotta let the wind move the boat. Sometimes when the water's really clear like this, dragging a swim bait can do a really good job. I saw fish after I had tried everything. Long cast, swim bait, let it hit the bottom and just drag it like this on the bottom like that. And I picked up 2 fish right quick. Let's get another one. All right, guys, let's kind of recap the day. Started off on a big flat where I know that there's generally a lot of bait, a lot of fish. Haven't been to Maxie in almost a year, right? And it's the fall time and fish are gonna be spread out, really relating to bait fish and relating to a lot of stuff. So most of the fish that I caught today were caught on a rattle trap, and I wanted to throw this new trap. The water is super clear. Today it's probably 10+ feet of visibility out here on Maxie. I'm in 8 feet of water right now and you can see the bottom clear as day. So I started throwing the trap, the Simcoe 75 from Nasheen, and literally caught a big walleye on it, caught a nice smallmouth on it. Really were able to pick up some good quality bites with that bait, and then it was kind of a mix, right? Threw a drop shot with a flatworm on it. It's around here somewhere. Threw the drop shot at them, and when you throw a drop shot, you're really just kind of flipping underwater. And what I was doing with this was flipping these weed edges and big weed piles out there that were still alive out deep. So caught one on a Bait Cave Customs flatworm. Didn't catch anything else on the drop shot, but it's a good thing to have. And then threw the fluke at them, threw a topwater bait at them, threw the ebb and flow upgrade at them, caught a couple to start the morning out up shallow on that dark sleeper. It was just kind of a trash mix and match day, if you will. And that's very indicative of fishing in the fall. The water is 74 degrees, which for October is crazy work. That is crazy hot for October. Usually we're in the 60s. There's a good topwater bite and there's fish schooled up, but right now they're in what I would consider to be a late summer pattern, right? Caught a lot of rock bass today, caught a lot of walleye today, caught a couple smallies. Just a fun day out on the water. Guys, in the fall, mix in moving baits with baits that you can slow down and kind of put in their face. But really, you got to cover a lot of water, right? Fun day out on the water. If you like what's going on right now, like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section what you want to see in the future. Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. We'll see you next